Be sure to comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up, guys? JD Venom here, part of Venom Nation Wrestling. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight on my Smackdown live review. Before we get started here, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I don't know what the fuck happened with my Raw review last night. I saved it to my computer, I uploaded. It got deleted somehow from my computer in the process, so I had to re-render it. I uploaded it to YouTube, I saved it, I fell asleep, I woke up just to make sure that it was up for you guys, and apparently it wasn't saved. So I saved it, it was there, but it was like around like 4 a.m. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I thought it was a good review. Go check it out if you want to hear my thoughts on Raw from last night. SmackDown Live was of course, from the O2 in London tonight as well. And tonight's SmackDown overall, it wasn't as boring as Raw, because Raw last night was boring as shit. There was a couple things here that kept my interest a little bit in the show, but overall, the show wasn't great. The crowd was better tonight. You know, I thought the crowd was muted last night, but no, the crowd was really that dead last night. Tonight, the crowd was better. It was better tonight, for sure. And pretty much, we have 12 days away from Backlash. 12 days before we get to see another WWE exclusive pay-per-view on the WWE Network. 12 days till I wax my legs. 12 days until I decide to go eat another sandwich that I can make from downstairs. 12 days until Backlash. What the fuck was that tonight? What the fuck was that tonight? I don't know. That was weird. Okay. I like the promo. It went on a little bit too long. We'll talk about that in a moment with the Usos. So tonight, tonight's show started off with Randy Orton coming out to the ring. Basically saying that he did not lose the House of Horrors match because of Bray Wyatt or the damn refrigerator. I thought that was pretty humorous there, in my opinion. He lost because of Jinder Mahal. Orton talked about Backlash until Jinder Mahal comes out. Then he comes out with the Singh brothers. Jinder talks about how he stole Randy's title. They show pictures of him on the title. And doing other things with the title, I guess like the WWE.com exclusives, like of him, like promotional pictures of him holding the title. So Jinder says the people will no longer disrespect his homeland or him. Then some "You Suck" chants came out. Then after that, basically Jinder says that the new age will begin at Backlash, the age of the Maharaja. And basically, he started speaking in his native tongue, Punjab. And after that, we see Kevin Owens coming out to the ring. Owens knocks Orton in England, and even Jinder says that no one cares about India. No one cares about England either. So Owens, even though that he was talking to another heel in Jinder, he was still being the heel where he's just, hey, I'm lonesome. I don't care about anybody but myself. So, good on Kevin Owens. He didn't come out just to support Jinder Mahal. And, pretty much he says that he didn't just regain his title last week. He ended Chris Jericho's career. And, of course, the fans didn't like that, but because, Jericho's over, of course. And, Owens says that he won't just be the United States champion. He will be the face of America, okay? And, Owens says, once he's done, he's coming for the WWE title next. But the next thing on his list is to become the face of the WWE. Because next thing on the list is for him to be the face of the WWE. And pretty much from there, Owens says some shit in French. Then after that, we see AJ Styles come out. AJ Styles, addresses and reminds Owens that this is SmackDown, the house that AJ Styles built. And AJ goes on for a little bit, talking until we see Baron Corbin come out to the ring. Immediately as Corbin comes out to the ring, we do see Sami Zayn attacking Baron Corbin from behind. And, of course, we know the storyline with Baron Corbin attacking Sami Zayn, getting suspended, I'm putting that in quotation marks, off of SmackDown last week. So, pretty much, Zayn was attacking from behind. We saw, we saw pretty much Owens getting attacked by AJ and Orton attacking Jinder. So basically, the segment is with the baby faces in the ring and the heels on the outside. And when we came back from commercial break, the 6-man tag team match was made for our main event tonight. So, we come back from commercial break, and we see James Ellsworth in the fucking ring. Oh my goodness, James Ellsworth. This guy, he definitely overstayed his welcome, in my opinion, in the WWE. I mean, this guy, he was good for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but after that, it was nothing with James Ellsworth. So I really think they need to get rid of James Ellsworth because he's directionless. He's not really a guy that you want to see on the main roster anyway. He's just what he is. He's a jobber, and he should just do his be in his jobber ways. Pretty much, he was on the mic. Then basically, Carmella introduces Natalya. Carmella is cringe on the fucking mic. And, I believe in Alexa Bliss when she talks. I believe in Charlotte when she talks, for the most part, even though sometimes I make fun of her and doing the robot impression as JD from New York would. But, I think she has some of her, she has some good tendencies on the mic. But I don't believe a goddamn thing that Carmella says on the mic, so she needs to stop talking, period. So after that, Natalya comes out. We see the SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi come out and tells London to make some bloody noise. Please don't say bloody again, Naomi, even though I do like you. Do not need to say bloody. You don't need to appeal to the crowd that much. After that, we see Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch comes out. She gets a pop, of course, because being in overseas in Europe. Charlotte comes out, and before the match begins, Charlotte just basically says, I don't need anyone to introduce me because I don't need an introduction. And she goes woo, and we go to commercial break. So after that, we got our first match of the night between Natalya and Becky. And pretty much, it was a very short match. For what I saw, it was interesting. Both of these women can work. Not enough time on the show, obviously. Basically, the match ends with pretty much with Natalya winning this match here. Basically, Becky was distracted by Tamina. Basically, Naomi, tries to get Tamina down from the ropes. Charlotte tries to pull back Naomi, and pretty much, long story short, Becky gets distracted, and Natalya wins with a fucking roll-up. So after the match, we see, when we come back from commercial break, we see another Lana debut, and I talked about this last week on her May still being with Rusev. We saw another Rusev promo tonight as well. I'm fucking happy to see Rusev on fucking TV. He's gonna be coming back to SmackDown next week to talk with SmackDown GM, or commissioner rather, Shane McMahon, about his title, number one contendership status for Money in the Bank, or he's gonna be going back to his home country. So we're gonna see how that goes next week. We got another Fashion Files segment with Breezango, and it was another great segment. I like this. Pretty much this was just leading up, and just build up for the number one contenders for the tag team titles against the Usos. Not as good as last week's Fashion Files. Still fun. We saw, for a reason, they were like trying to find out, like, whose footprints is this, whose painted footprints is this. They go into a into like a little small room, kind of like not like a really boiler room, but like a little small room that was in the O2 Arena, and we saw the Ascension in there just making noise like, so it makes me wonder if the Ascension really does that as as they're like not actually wrestling, do they just yell at each other? So I don't know. That's kind of like some fucking barbarian manga shit from fucking WCW. But nevertheless, I like this segment, but it wasn't as good as last week's segment. Then we saw a match with Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. Luke Harper is directionless in WWE. I do not know how you can get this guy to be directionless as he is. He is over as shit. He is chanted. His name is chanted by the fans in UK, anywhere really. Luke, 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 Luke. His name's being chanted. And I just don't understand why they don't utilize Luke Harper as a upper mid-card type guy to possible main event. He has it. But I'm gonna go up against Eric Rowan tonight in a nothing match. And Eric Rowan defeats Luke Harper with possibly one of the worst finishers I've ever seen in my life. He spun in circles like, just spinning in circles with them in a fucking fall away slam position, and just slams on the. It was terrible. It was one of the worst. It's one of the worst finishers I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna be flat out honest with you. One of the worst finishers I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what that is, but they definitely need to get rid of it. He needs to change that. That's awful finisher. He did something else in the match that I would consider a finisher. And what he did there was more just not, I would say probably a setup move, not a finisher. So, I don't know. That awful. And you have Eric Rowan beat Luke Harper. Are you going to do anything with Eric Rowan? Are you, honestly, I want you guys to be honest with me. Do you think that WWE is going to do a goddamn thing with Eric Rowan? No. No, they're not. They're not. Leave your thoughts down below what you think about that on Luke Harper being misutilized and Eric Rowan trying to be utilized. Fucking disgusting. Stupid and disgusting at the same time. Okay, so after the match between Rowan and Harper, Dolph Ziggler comes out after the commercial break, comes down to the ring and basically calls the fans all hypocrites. And he says he talks about what he has done for the past 8 years. But no one appreciates him. They treat him like a contagious disease, but who do they cheer for? I love Dolph Ziggler. He's one of my favorites. He's been one of my favorites over the past, at least the past 7 years, 7-8 years in WWE. Actually, what he says, past 8 years. Ever since SummerSlam 2009 when he was going up against fucking Rey Mysterio when he lost. So basically, he was saying that, they cheer for somebody who hasn't had their first match on SmackDown. And, and basically, pretty much, the fans started cheering for NXT. And Ziggler says that will be edited out, which it was not. All of a sudden, Shinsuke Nakamura music hits. He comes out to the ring over shit in London, overseas, singing. And, everybody's doing the Nakamura, the Nakamura song in unison. Gets into the ring, and Ziggler says that Nakamura has been cruising out to the ring for weeks now, but, and basically now it's time for put up, or before he says shut up, Nakamura says, shut up. And pretty much from there, he wants to see on what Ziggler can do. Basically, Ziggler, or Nakamura starts taking off his ring jacket and everything, and Ziggler, basically, pretty much cheap shots Nakamura. Nakamura comes back immediately with the knees, the strikes, the punches, and basically the segment ends with Nakamura standing in the ring with his music playing. Now, I like this here, even though we don't need to see Nakamura wrestle every single week. Give us a little taste on what Shinsuke Nakamura can do, and that's what they're showing here tonight on what Shinsuke Nakamura can do. A little sneak peek on what he can do in the ring. So I like that there from Shinsuke Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler in this segment. It has me very intrigued on what they're going to be doing at Backlash. After that segment, we saw Sami Zayn in this segment, he's acting like he's a virgin who never had sex before. He's all like, hey guys, well, hey Randy, I know you're the Viper, I know you know what you're doing, you're using your RKO, and he's just discussing on what Randy Orton does, and basically he's like, oh AJ, we don't want to, we already know that you're great, you know what I mean, but I don't want to confuse Randy. And Sami Zayn came off as that one guy in high school who hasn't had sex yet. And like when he finally gets the girl, he's like, oh, come on, you want to touch my dick? Come on, please touch my dick. Come on, touch my dick, please. Blow drop? Okay, you don't want to touch my dick? Okay, how about a blow drop? Okay, no blow drop? Okay. We do what? Can we just cuddle? Can I spoon you? Can I spoon you? Can I please spoon you? It's like that with fucking Sami Zayn, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, but Sami Zayn in this particular segment, I think he came off pretty. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way on how he came off in this segment whatsoever. After that, we see a teaser for the New Day promo. It was kind of like a little video game arcade thing. I liked it for what it was. So, pretty cool there for the New Day video promo package. Okay? And I said this last week about the whole New Day when they come back. They're going to feel very refreshed. Because we haven't seen them in it's gonna be a couple months before we even see anything with them. So, it's gonna be very, very refreshing here once we do see the New Day come back. So yeah. After that, we saw our match between Breezango and the Ascension. All you need to know is that Breezango won. Not really much of a match, but the main thing here. After that, we saw the Usos come out to the ring. And 12 days, we're going to beat you down at Backlash. 12 days, you can wax each other's backs. 12 days, you can lick each other's backs. 12 days, you can kiss each other's backs. So, it went on for a little bit too long. But, I liked it. I liked it. I didn't hate it. I liked it more than I hated it, to be honest with you. So, it was a pretty good segment there by, the Usos building up their match with Breezango. Cannot wait to see what happens there. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I know there's been a couple of edits in this review here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have no idea what the hell is going on with my PC. I'm just going to restart it. Hopefully, this does not happen tomorrow during the NXT review. So, my apologies. Hopefully, it does not affect your viewing experience, because I want to be a perfectionist here on this channel, and stuff like that really pisses me off. So, oh my god, I brought my notes back up and look at this here. Next segment after the tag team match, and after Usos cut a very good promo, we get Mojo Fuck backstage giving a tour with children. Who was the motherfucker, the dumbass, I should say, that left children with Mojo Rawley? I wouldn't trust Mojo Rawley with children, huh? Would you? I wouldn't even trust Mojo Rawley with adults, let alone children. Holy shit, this was goddamn awful. I understand they're trying to make Mojo Rawley into, into like an inspirational guy now, into a little bit of an underdog. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, okay? Because this guy there's nothing inspirational about this guy, and there's nothing to like about this guy. This guy is fucking horrible on the mic. He's not believable, and he's completely scripted. I despise Mojo Rawley. He's my most hated WWE wrestler currently going right now. I don't give a fuck what anybody says in the comments. Like, oh, this Mojo Rawley, don't be so hard on me. He's been improving. Fuck that. He's horrible. He's a jobber. He will always be a jobber. Do you really believe that Mojo Rawley will ever win like an Intercontinental Championship or a U.S. title? I mean, sure, it can happen. I mean, Zack Ryder has won it. You know what I mean? But I don't see this guy doing shit for WWE at all. He's just a body. He's just a body that's there. He's a guy that's gonna be taking pinfalls. He's basically a glorified jobber. Like I say, he's a glorified jobber under contract with WWE. He has this segment with these group of kids, and basically he tells them a motivational story about Andre the Giant and about how he was undefeated for many years in the WWF, and he shows off the Andre the Giant memorial Battle Royal trophy. And basically, one of the kids was asking, "Can I touch it? Can I touch it? Can I touch the trophy?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can touch it." Pulls down his pants. "Yeah, you can touch my little mojos." Okay, all right, all right, sorry, but come on, that's kind of like, he's like, "Can I touch it? Can I touch it?" Like, let's. That's a fine line. That's a fine line right there that WWE should not have crossed. Can I touch it? Yeah. Then basically, he tries to scare the kid into touching the trophy. He's like, yeah, you can touch it. Try boo, or he said boo, fucking terrible, horrific, god awful. At least the kid gave him a sweet roundhouse kick into the knee. And just like, ow, hey, like, terrible. On to our main event. Main event was Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, and Jinder Mahal versus Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and the WWE Champion Randy Orton in a 6-man tag. This was the longest match of the night. We probably went about almost 30 minutes, like about 25 minutes, I want to say that this match was. Pretty good main event, I would say. For a TV main event, pretty good. I liked it. I liked what everybody did in the match here. Everybody got some good offense in. Of course, AJ Styles was looking great, as always, and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens, was having some good interaction in the ring with Sami Zayn. Of course, I can see those guys wrestle millions of times, and I won't get tired of it. I'm actually one of those guys that likes to see two guys wrestle each other over and over and over again. I don't get tired of it. Back in 2009, or what was it like, more like 2010, 2011, where fucking Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler were wrestling each other every single week on Raw. I didn't care, because I loved to see what they do in the ring, and they were putting on some great matches back then. But basically, this match ends with Jinder Mahal hitting Randy Orton with the Cobra Clutch Slam for the win. And basically, the way this all went, got to the ending, everybody did their little signatures in here. We saw a Pele kick by AJ Styles. We saw a Blue Thunder Bomb by Sami Zayn. We saw the Ring Apron DDT by Randy Orton. We saw a chokeslam backbreaker by Baron Corbin, which I wish I want to see him put in his arsenal from now on. He did on Sami Zayn, and it was pretty fucking great. I liked it. That chokeslam into a backbreaker. We saw Kevin Owens attack AJ Styles, blast him out of the ring, and left Jinder Mahal coming from behind Randy Orton, who got distracted, hits him with the Cobra Clutch Slam for the 1-2-3 victory. Now, I will say this. Jinder Mahal, he keeps going over Randy Orton every single week. He finds a way to attack him, to get over on him. He finds a way to get over on him. And, it's obvious that Jinder Mahal is not going to win the WWE Championship. I'll be shocked beyond shocked if he wins the WWE Championship. I'll be quietly honest with you, because he's been getting over on Randy Orton every single week. And in 12 days at Backlash, we're going to see this match between Mahal and Orton. But I think next week, Orton, he's going to get his heat back going into Backlash. And they may make it seem like, oh, well, since Orton got over on Mahal this week, Orton's going to lose the title. I don't think he's going to lose the title. If Jinder Mahal wins the title, I will actually be happy with it, because it's something different, and we can, let him go and see what he can do with it. But I really think that with Rusev, with him coming back winning match at Money in the Bank, is going to be Rusev versus Randy Orton. And depending on how it's built up, I think Rusev will be the new WWE Champion. I can definitely see that. Then after that, I can probably see Rusev versus AJ Styles. They will pull on some phenomenal matches, no pun intended. I really think that's what may happen going into Money in the Bank, and you probably have maybe SummerSlam match between AJ Styles and Rusev, and maybe Nakamura and Cena. I think that would probably be one of the good ways to go there. You probably can get Zayn and Owens again, and at this time maybe Mahal will probably be doing something else. I have no idea. I just don't see Mahal staying in that main event spotlight. Mid-card for sure. Main event spotlight, I don't, because I think the 6 guys, we saw 5 out of 6 guys that WWE is going to focus on all the way through, possibly all the way through WrestleMania next year. You got Owens, you got Corbin, you got Randy Orton, you got Sami Zayn, AJ Styles. I mean, obviously Cena's gonna be in there too. He's automatically in there. So Cena's is already in there. So 7 guys, Shinsuke Nakamura. That's a great 7 to build around SmackDown on. That's fucking awesome. So Mahal, I don't really see him being in that mix especially after SummerSlam. I don't really see him being in that mix unless if he gets over his shit. He becomes like the biggest bad guy in WWE since Muhammad Hassan. If they do that, then maybe he'll be that 8th guy. But I just don't see it right now. It's like one of those things. Like, remember R-Truth when he first turned heel? And look what happened in Capital Punishment. He just lost to Cena, and he was relegated being with with the tag team with the Miz. You know what I mean? Miz-Truth. You know what I mean? And he never really recovered after that. I mean, so we've seen things like this before where we've seen new challengers step up to the plate, and sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. Look at JBL. He stepped up to the plate with Eddie Guerrero, and look at that. He won the WWE Championship and was the longest reigning SmackDown champion of all time. So yeah, I think either we're going to see Jinder Mahal flourish, and he's going to become champion. And like I said, I don't see that happening, but he'll become champion, and he'll be champion for a long time. But I actually see Rusev in that position over Mahal. I just see Mahal being that mid-card guy, maybe winning the United States Championship at some point. I can see that happening. Yeah, I can see Mahal winning the United States Championship. I think that'll be good for Mahal. I think that'll be perfect for Mahal, actually, if he wins the United States Championship. So, let me know what you guys think about that down below, about the Jinder Mahal and the 7 guys that I named off being the face of the SmackDown division for the next year. So, that is it. That's your SmackDown live review tonight. It wasn't live. It was pre-recorded, but it just as this show is pre-recorded. But let me know what you guys think about that. Before I go here, be sure to go check out my Monday Night Raw review. I would very much appreciate if you guys could go give that a look as well. After this video, go check out, and I can't say this enough, go check out What Else Happened episode 1 with the finger poke of doom. You don't want to miss it. It's fucking great, guys. I don't really say when I'm doing something great here, but that shit's great. Top 10 video, go check that out as well. Top 10 best wrestling title designs in history. We got another top 10 coming out on Saturday. And also as well, check out my other videos as well, including the Getting Over podcast. So that is it, guys. If you like this here, be sure to leave a thumbs up on your way out the door. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook page, where both links are down below or right below you there in the video as well. Thank you for watching my SmackDown live review. Peace out.